Hey everybody, this is Tamari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'll be doing the November 2019 tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius. Now again, apologies for these videos coming out much more staggered than usual. I've just had a lot of things to deal with in my personal life at this time, so unfortunately it's kind of pushed everything behind yet again. But soon I'm planning to get things moving, more swiftly, have a lot more videos coming out again. So I appreciate your patience at this time, but yeah, there's just a few things I need to take care of at the moment, so that's kind of taking priority. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. So what is going on for you guys at this current time, now that we're approaching the tail end of the month and stepping into Sagittarius season? So what is going on for Aquarius? Alright, I'm just going to lay these cards out, and then I will go into each card and then I will clarify as I usually do. So just to let you know, I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I'll be clarifying with the intuitive as always. So let's see. Wow, they're just flying out for you right now. So there's clearly some strong messages that need to be brought to at least someone. Brought to the attention of someone here anyway. Okay. So that didn't take a long time at all, really. So let's get stuck in for you then. Oh, sorry, I just need one more card. Okay. Alright. So to begin with, in the position of your present circumstances, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, that tells me that you may be seeing the tail end of a karmic cycle right now. You may be seeing things play out in your life that are a direct consequence of some of the choices you've made, some of the actions you've taken, words you have spoken, various things you may have projected into the universe. You may have asked for specific things from the universe, so you're seeing certain things play out at this time in relation to all of that, okay? So when we clarify, we'll look into what that could be, but that's what I'm getting from this, that you're seeing a karmic cycle play out towards the end of that cycle, and you're also seeing things that have been manifested, either knowingly or unknowingly. So in regards to your challenge, you have the Four of Swords. So yeah, there may have been a lot of things that have been brought to your awareness that you found kind of distressing, that may have been the complete opposite of what you was hoping for. There may have been something that was brought to your attention that caused pain. There may have been something that kind of picked an old wound, and it forced you to look at things that you didn't want to look at again. So you're having to move into this space of healing yet again. You're having to step away and really address, what it is that you've been pushing to one side, or address what's causing you to feel this pain. Heal your old wounds. Tend to your new wounds as well. So that's the space that you really need to operate in at this time, because yeah, unfortunately, if you don't do that, you'll start projecting very negative things onto other people. So it's important that you do that work at this time, because I feel like for those of you who this will resonate with, you may be in danger of projecting at this time. You may also be in danger of speaking out of turn, saying things that you don't actually mean in order to push people away. You may actually be, because you're feeling emotionally vulnerable, you may be lashing out at people, but also because you're hurt, something hurt you in the past, or something about your current situation is making you deeply unhappy. So because of that, you may be actually hurting the people you care about most as like a retaliation. Yeah, so be very careful with that, because if you're not careful, that can step into territory of, you know, emotional abuse, or also it can kind of bring about narcissistic tendencies if you don't check your energy. Okay, so be very careful with that, because I felt that for a moment, but that's only for specific people. That's not for the majority who this resonates with. I think for most of you, you're just going to retreat, because you know that there's some wounds that need tending to. So just take it, whatever messages resonates with your particular circumstance, if it does. Okay? So in regards to your recent past, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So I think there was something about the situation you find yourself in that you weren't seeing clearly. Even though I feel like you were being guided towards a path that would help you to come out of this space of feeling, you know, being treated unjustly, or your worth not being seen, or not being valued, or not being able to express yourself, not being able to be as passionate as you'd like to be towards someone or something. I think you missed it though. I think when that opportunity came in, when the universe tried to show you the path, I think you kind of turned the other way. And as a result, you're seeing these consequences play out. I think some of you turned your back because you felt like it was too good to be true, or because you knew there was alternatives, right? And that maybe this path wasn't the best one for you at that time. So take it however it resonates. But again, we will clarify this to see more, but I'm just giving you the overview. So in your near future, you have the Four of Pentacles. So I think because of that, because you know that you're in pain and you know you've got a lot of healing to do, I think you're going to keep a lot of things to yourself. You're going to be bottling up a lot of things. You're not going to be communicating. I think you're not going to be as open about your emotions, or as open about what it is that you want, or what you're trying to achieve. I think you're going to keep a lot of things close to your chest in the coming weeks, while you tend to your wounds and try and get yourself to where you want to be. I think you're really, you know, not revealing your cards. You're not wanting to show anyone anything. Not yet. Not until you feel like you're in a space where you can allow your actions to speak for you. That's what I feel anyway. So in regards to your feelings, you have the Three of Swords. So again, this indicates heartache, pain, betrayal, third-party situation, feeling neglected, feeling, a real sense of betrayal. Maybe you were in a third-party situation, and that's what led you to feel these negative emotions. It could be that you found yourself torn between two people yourself, because you saw different qualities that really drew you in about these two people, but then you were like, oh my gosh, I have to make a decision now, and how am I going to do that? Because there's different qualities in each of these people that I really admire. I'm really drawn to both of them in different ways. So it could be that you find yourself in this situation and you're feeling stuck, and that's what's causing the pain, because you know that ultimately you're going to have to make a decision and you're not sure where to go with it. So again, take it however it resonates. But some of you, I feel like you are stuck between two people. It could be a past relationship and a future relationship that you're trying to create. It could be two people that you're dating simultaneously, or you're thinking about dating. It could be that you were one of these people that someone else was dating whilst dating someone else. Or it could be simply the fact that you're trying to grieve the loss of a relationship, or the breaking down of a relationship, and you're trying to heal from that. So just take it however it resonates. We'll get more clarification on that soon. So in regards to what's crowning you at this time, you have the Sun of Pentacles. That's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So, and with it being in the position of being within your power to affect, I think you can take yourself out of this space of feeling stuck, of feeling like, you know, there's no progress. Progress is stagnant, that you're unable to change your circumstances. You may feel financially constrained at this time. You may feel like you want to move location, but you can't financially do it. You could feel like you're stuck in your job, or it could feel like, or for those of you who are unemployed at this time, you may be struggling to find a job that's right for your needs. It could be a whole host of things, but in some way you feel stuck, you feel stagnant, you feel like you can't progress, move forward. You're not seeing changes where you want to see them. But that can change, you know, that's something you can address. You just got to take it one step at a time and keep trying, okay? Because things will change, nothing stays the same. It might take some time, depending on what it is and how many things you're trying to affect all at one time, but yeah, for sure, you can do it. It's just going to take a time. You've got to do it step by step. So in regards to your advice, you have the Two of Swords, okay? So you have to make a decision, okay? You have to let your intuition, not just your feelings either, but also you got to look at things rationally and logically as well. You got to balance all three energies out. So what spirit is telling you, your own spirit is telling you, what your emotions, your heart is telling you, but also what your mind is telling you, okay? You have to balance between the three and come to a conclusion in order to make this decision, but it has to be made. So it could be that for some of you, you are in this third party situation and you feel torn between these two people, right? But you know you have to make a decision and communicate what it is that you want to these people. I feel like you're being called upon to do that now because you're kind of at that point of no return. That's what I'm feeling. So in regards to your external circumstances at this time, you have the Ace of Cups. So, wow, I mean, that's the thing. You could potentially have a new relationship on the cards, or that your relationship with this existing person, if you're already in a relationship, could be being transformed. You know, that this situation you find yourself in is actually a blessing in disguise, that it's forcing you both to readdress the problems in your relationship and work on them and approach it with fresh eyes, you know, and with an open heart. So it could actually transform your relationship, or it could be the beginning of a completely new relationship with someone new. So that's interesting. We'll have to have a look at that. So in regards to your hopes, you have the Chariot, okay? So that's Cancer energy. So it could be that you're dealing with a Cancer. It could be that one of these people you're torn between is a Cancerian, but not necessarily. I do also see other signs here, so we'll get to that when I get to that stage. So with the Chariot, that's all about, you know, taking decisive action. That's knowing where you're heading. That's like ascension energy. That's being guided by the divine, as well as, you know, your own spirit and your own mind and your own hearts, okay? That's all of those things combined, coming together and, you know, pushing you forward towards a specific aim, a specific purpose. Could be soul mission level. You know, it's of that kind of energy. So you're being guided, divinely guided towards the thing that you want most, okay? And I think that while you're hoping to move forward in this manner, there's still some low frequency stuff that needs addressing. That's why the healing is really important, because before you can step into this energy, you have to do the healing. Because there is something toxic here in this situation. It could be the third party situation, but I feel like it's also something to do with the karmic cycle that's playing out. So there's some toxic connections or toxic behaviors or thoughts, or even just your energy field right now is off, okay? So that needs addressing before you can really step into this energy. But it's good that you want to get there, because it's absolutely within your grasp, okay? That's something you can do, Aquarius. It's just that there's a few things that need addressing first. So in regards to your fears, you have the Lovers. So this is Gemini energy. So this could also be one of the people that you're dealing with. It could be a Gemini. It could be that you're dealing with a Cancer and a Gemini, you know, if it is a third-party situation that you find yourself in. So yeah, the Lovers, I mean, you're afraid of this, you're afraid of taking this bold step towards whichever person, right? You're afraid of what that will entail and what the outcome would be, and if you are going to have to go through heartache again, if you're going to be forced into the same, you know, toxic cycles and having to learn the same lessons over again in love. Or you're terrified that if you give to this connection, that that actually you'll be everything you even hoped for and more. And then, why does that scare you though? Because I feel that for a couple of people, not everyone, but I feel like, but what if it really is that good? Like, so most of you, I feel like you're afraid of, like, whoever this resonates with. For most of you, I feel like you're like, okay, but what if it goes wrong? And, you know, what if I invest all my energy and my heart into it, and, you know, I just get it broken again? And, oh, what if I make the wrong decision? Blah, blah, blah. But with a few of you, I feel like you're like, okay, what if it goes right? What if everything is perfect and I'm the one that sabotages it, you know? Like, what if I screw it up in some way because I'm not feeling great, or because I'm still healing from this, or because, you know, I'm not good enough, or I've not got these attributes. There is a little bit of that as well in the background for some of you. I feel like there is some self-deprecation playing a role in this. And yeah, that's not good. You don't need that, Aquarius, okay? Normally, like, when you're at your best, you're very confident, you're very grounded though, you're very self-aware. Okay, sometimes you can come across as a little bit arrogant, but generally, you know, you're in quite a good space. You know, you have quite a good grounded view of yourself. So yeah, you know, if you are feeling those negative kind of thoughts towards yourself, definitely a part of the healing work you need to do, okay? Because, you know, it's not that you're incapable of being, you know, the perfect partner yourself. Of course, everyone's going to mess up. We all make mistakes. No one is actually perfect in the literal sense. It's just that, obviously, you know, there's certain attributes that you want to have. There's certain things that you want to bring to the table, right, in order to give it the strong foundation that a relationship needs. And I feel that you absolutely have those qualities. It's just, obviously, like I said, there's some things that need working on first before you can take that step forward, okay? So in regards to your overall outcome, you have Justice. Okay, so this is Libra energy, so it's possible one of them could be a Libra instead. Because, yeah, you've got Cancer, Gemini, Libra, so it could be any one of those signs. But you do also have, you know, Swords coming up, and air energy coming up quite strongly as well, so it could be that you're dealing with another air sign, but either way, it doesn't matter. It could apply to any sign. But these are just some of the main ones that I'm seeing in your reading so far. But yeah, Justice, Libra energy. The overall outcome is that what you give out is what you get back, essentially. So if you're feeding negativity into this situation, if you're telling yourself negative things, if you're thinking negative thoughts, you know, if you're projecting negativity, this is going to end very negative. If you tell yourself positive things, if you think positively about the situation, if you interact positively with these people, then either way, it's going to end, you know, in your favor. It will end more positively, okay? I'm not saying that there won't be any issues or potential heartbreak. It's likely there will be if there's multiple people involved. However, it will not end as messy, and you will not end up sabotaging your own chances of happiness if you maintain a positive attitude. Okay, that's really, really important. So if you do have any self-sabotaging thoughts or feelings, you need to kind of really address that right now, because otherwise very soon you're going to see the effects of that and, you know, play out in your reality. So that's really, really important. It's really, really important that you don't do that, Aquarius, okay? So that's the overall view of things. So let's clarify here with the intuitive tarot. So to begin with, let's look at judgment. So that was, just to refresh your memory, this was in the position of your present circumstances, okay? The judgment card. So what is going on here? What cycle is playing out at this point? What is it that Aquarius is seeing? Okay, 3 of Swords in reverse. So you're seeing this come to an end. This third party situation is pretty much coming to a close. So a decision is being made, I feel. But it is going to bring about conflict. As I said, it's unavoidable because there's multiple people involved. So emotions are going to be running high, particularly if you reject someone, okay? So there is going to be conflict, but there is a way of managing it. Obviously, that's where your healing and that's where your, you know, people skills are going to come in, okay? Knowing how to soften the blow so that it doesn't become a complete catastrophe, okay? But obviously, yeah, someone's going to be let go of, and that may cause some upset and heartache. So you really want to do it in the most dignified and most respectful and compassionate way possible, okay? Because the thing is, this person also has options. As much as you have options, they have options as well. So while it might hurt initially, they will be fine in the long run, okay? But it's just important that you're very mindful of how you convey this message, okay? But it does potentially, I mean, releasing yourself from this situation will potentially bring you a lot of options. You know, it gives you a lot of opportunity for emotional fulfillment with whomever you choose to be with at this time. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there in regards to that. So, yeah, this third party situation is definitely coming to a close for those of you who it applies. For those of you where you're dealing with a heartache, you are moving out of that space, but it's going to be gradual, okay? There's obviously some things that are going to be still quite sore. So if you're still in contact with, say, your ex-partner or the person you're just breaking up with or divorcing, you know, it's very easy for you to just turn around and lash out at them at this point. So it's probably best if you limit your contacts with them while you're still healing, because there's going to be a lot of emotions being brought to the surface, okay, and you're going to need time to process that. Okay, so in regards to your challenge, which was the 4 of Swords, again, healing, all about healing this connection, healing yourself. Amazing, you have the Hierophant and the Sun, okay, Leo energy there. So, at this time, and with the Hierophant as well, I feel like, you know, the universe is watching, okay? The universe has your back. It knows that you have a lot to offer, that you have a lot to give. You're very spiritually tapped at this time. And that's why the healing is really important. Can you see as well how the Sun is where his third eye is, the Lamb's third eye, okay? You can get a lot of healing if you open yourself up spiritually. So don't be afraid to do that, because you know, your guides, archangels, the universe, God, goddesses, you know, whatever you align with, whatever energies and entities, ascended masters, whatever, you know, whatever you're aligned to and whatever is trying to support you at this time, they are there ready and waiting, okay? So it's really important that you open yourself up, because they will really help you lift yourself out of this space of, you know, depression, anxiety, stress, worry, you know, pain, grief, suffering, okay? It will help to relieve all of that much quicker than you think. But it does require taking, you know, a leap of faith and opening yourself up and surrendering to the process, okay? Understanding that it's, you know, it is a process, it takes time. And that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to grieve the loss of something, okay? Because you are being opened up for something much, much better for you. Something that's going to bring you that joy that you've been looking for. You know, the sun, man. This is the best card in the deck. They always say it, and it's true. Everyone always says it. I always say it too, because it is true. It is joy. It is bliss. It is unconditional love, happiness, right? It is that space that we all want to be operating in, okay? So, you know, you do this work and you're going to see the benefits, right? So, straight away. In regards to your recent past, with the 7 of Wands in reverse, you have the Ace of Cups. So, again, the Ace of Cups comes up twice. So this is very much, I feel like this is very much in relation to your love life. You know, you wasn't sure that it may have been you that actually walked away from this relationship because you were unsure whether or not this person was your Ace of Cups, whether or not you could have this bright future with this person. It could be that initially you thought this person was everything you ever wanted, but something happened that made you feel like that's not the case. Maybe it was meeting this other person, maybe they met someone as well. You know, something rocked the boat and caused a rift between you. It could be simply the fact that your own fear caused the rift to begin with, and that's where you both ended up finding other people, or you found someone else, or you just, you know, allowed your fear to get the better of you, and then you've just been operating in that space ever since. Let's see if we can get anything else. Yeah, because you got the Four of Swords again, so in reverse though. So not healing past wounds is what led to this dissipation of a connection, because fear got in the way, because you hadn't healed from even before, you know, past relationships before that, you know, childhood wounds, traumatic events, things that left you feeling maybe that that you get abandoned a lot, that you feel neglected, emotionally neglected, you know, feeling lost, uncertain, feeling like you can't commit to a relationship, all of these kind of things. And yeah, the Two of Swords just come up, so it's making a choice, and you chose fear over healing, okay? And that's what led you into this circumstance that you're in now. Like I said, you're seeing these things play out as a result of your actions, as a result of your, so you're seeing the result of your decisions, your choices, of deciding to take to take action based on fear rather than faith, rather than on belief, right? So that's why you're seeing certain things play out at this time in the way they are. Okay, so what about the Four of Pentacles here in your near future? Again, that to me is like trying to hold on to something, is keeping something safe, keeping yourself safe, maybe your heart, not wanting to divulge too much. Yeah, Nine of Cups, okay, because you know what you want, okay? Like I said, the Three of Swords was in the reverse when we were looking at your present. So you're coming out of this third-party situation. You know what you want, but you're not communicating it this time because you're terrified that if you divulge too much, then somehow you're going to screw it up and you're not going to lose this potential I guess relationship, but more than that, this really sturdy, strong commitment moving forward with someone, okay? Like a serious commitment. As like, you know, I think you kind of want a family with this person, whoever you're going to decide to go towards. It's on that level, so that's why you're keeping your cards very close to your chest at this time, because you don't want to scare them off and you don't want to sabotage your potential happiness with this person in the long run. Okay, anything else here in regards to the near future? That Four of Pentacles there. Oh, I didn't see this flicker. So, you've got Judgment there. So, yeah. Because you're aware, because you're very aware, I mean, it's funny that this keeps coming up, but because you're very aware of how things have gone in the past, how your choices and decisions and the way you communicated have led to certain circumstances, I think you're going to realize that, and you're going to be very careful with how you communicate and what you show and when you show it. So that's why you're kind of keeping your mouth shut right now. I don't see any swords in this area yet. Yeah. Because you don't want to do something or say something, High Priestess in reverse, you don't want to do something or say something against your better judgment. Because, you know, you were emotionally involved at the time, emotions were running high, because you were triggered or whatever. So you're keeping your mouth shut pretty much until you feel the time's right. So what about your feelings in that Three of Swords? Okay, feeling that heartache still, feeling torn still. Okay, you got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, so you're not moving towards this thing yet. Like I said, you're keeping your cards close to your chest right now, and you're just, you know, getting things clear on your mind on what it is you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And then once you know that, then you'll be communicating certain things at certain times. Particularly when it comes to two people, if that applies to your situation, you will communicate to each of these people when you feel the time is right, which you're not doing right now. But you know that you're going to be moving towards one of these people at some point, but not yet. Oh gosh, a bunch of cards come up then. Okay, you got the Three of Cups. Okay. So I feel like once you move away from this energy and you know what it is, like, well, once it's solidified what it is you're going to do, you're going to feel like you can have this, you know, celebration. You can have this wonderful new chapter of enjoying being in this circumstance with this person. But right now I feel like you're just trying to make the most of the circumstances as they are. So you're trying to enjoy being with both of these people at this time. However, you know that the situation is coming to an end. For those of you where it's not a third party situation, I feel like you're trying to ignore your heartache to some extent by just going out, you know, socializing, being with friends, being with family. You know, you might even plan to go and visit people that live further afield, to take your mind off things at this time. Or you may have recently moved in with a friend, you know, if you've just left your partner, you were living together previously. So they may be encouraging you to go out and meet new people, so you're kind of, you know, starting to go out and socialize with new people with a view of possibly dating new people. So just take it however it resonates. But then you've also got the Four of Wands and the Three of Wands, okay? So, but even if you are doing that, you're waiting for something. You're looking into the distance, knowing that something more is on the horizon, something better. That you know what it is that you want, and you know it's out there for you. It's just a case of when you can call it in. Because you don't want just a fling. You don't want something fleeting. You want to build solid foundations. You want to build your future with a person. And if it's not two people that you're deciding which one to have this with, then you're waiting for that person to come into your line of sight. Because you know what it is that you want. You're not messing around. Like, at this stage in the game, you want serious commitment. So until someone shows up that you feel like fits the bill, you're not doing it. And you're just not going there. And for those of you who feel like you may have found this person, you're being very, very cautious with how you approach it. You know, you're not even moving slowly towards it this time. You're not moving towards it at all, because you know that you've got some healing work to do within yourself. Okay, so what about the Two of Swords in the position of your advice, making a decision, you know, making a clear, well-informed decision. You have the Devil, okay, so it could be a Capricorn that you're dealing with, possibly. Yeah, or you could have Capricorn in your chart. And then you also got Justice in reverse, Libra, so you could be torn between a Capricorn and a Libra. But either way, I mean, that's like, could it be any more opposite, right? You got the Devil in the upright and Justice in reverse, okay? So that tells you, like, you can either allow your fear to continue to rule your decisions, your mind, your heart, you know, your spirit, or you can move forward, take a leap of faith, and know that if you go with your best foot forward, either way, you know, you are going to be more aligned towards your true path, right? And that, yes, there's no guarantees in life that things will work out and everything will be perfect and happy ever after, but at least you know you'll be making progress, that you'll learn from whatever comes your way, and that you have an opportunity to reach towards what it is that you want. Whereas if you just allow your fear to rule, that's not going to happen, right? So whatever you decide, you have to decide with the right energy, okay? Not allow your fears and your concerns to make the decision, but, you know, make a decision based from a grounded, balanced viewpoint, okay? From, you know, what you feel and know to be right to you, you know, what makes sense and what is aligned to what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is that you believe in, and what you consider to be the ideal relationship, okay? So in regards to the external influences of this time, this Ace of Cups, so this could be people, places, circumstances, okay? Again, very much in you know, in relation to a person or specific people, but I think this is also talking about your wish fulfillment and general emotional fulfillment at this time, and emotional health. You have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, you're definitely not communicating. Not only are you not communicating anything, you're not showing anything either to either of these people. You may be flirting harmlessly, you may hint at certain things. You may even be very physical with these people or this person. Or you may be, if it's an ex, you may be distant from them right now. So you're not but either way, you're not communicating, and you're sure as hell not showing them what it is that you want. You're, like I said, you're keeping those cards, these two cards, right? You're playing these two cards very close to the chest, right? You're just like, nope, like, I'm not showing you a goddamn thing until I see what it is that I need to do, and I have everything clear in my mind and it's logical, and I could really feel that with you. I mean, it's such air energy, like, you're like, no, everything has to be clear. I need to know exactly what I'm doing before I do it, and I need to know how it's going to play out, but no one knows exactly how it's going to play out. So I do feel like it's a little bit manipulative and a little bit controlling, Aquarius, I'm not going to lie to you. And that's not a healthy space to operate in. Again, that's coming from a fear viewpoint, okay? So you need to kind of address that a little bit. It's okay to want to, like, not rush into saying something and thinking, oh, why did I say that? But you have to balance it, okay? Know that when the time is right, i.e. it's getting to that point now where you know you have to start communicating, you're going to have it clear in your mind and then step forward and be honest and direct with people so they know where they stand, because otherwise this whole situation is going to break down, okay? And I just got the 5 of Wands as well, so if you're not careful, these people will find out and they could start bickering amongst themselves and then with you, and it could become a complete, like, shit show, to be honest. So yeah, it's really important that you don't hold off for too long, because you're at that point now where you know what it is that you want, so you're going to have to start communicating. Yeah, because otherwise you may lose more than what you bargained for. While I don't think you're going to walk away empty-handed, you may certainly lose more than what you bargained for. So it's important that you address that pretty soon. Just saying, okay? So in regards to your hopes with the Chariot here, you have, let's have a look, clarifying the Chariot for Aquarius for November 2019. Empress, okay? So, yeah, your hope is to move towards your Empress, the person that you can build a life with, a serious life with, not just a life but a legacy with, I feel. So yeah, it's possible that you want to have children pretty soon. Okay, this is getting intense, okay, Aquarius. I can see this with all these cards that are coming up, you know, particularly with like, you know, the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Sun, the Empress, you know, like seriously, you want something very stable. You're thinking about who's going to be my Empress, my Queen, my, you know, the mother of my children, or the father of my children. I'm just saying mother because it's the mother energy, but this could be a father, obviously. It doesn't have to be a female that you're dealing with here. This could be a male. So yeah, but it's someone that you feel like you could build a future with. You might not even want kids, but just someone that you want to have that family set with, that you want to have a serious commitment with, you know. So yeah, that's what you're hoping for. You also got the Death card, so you also got Death, okay? So you know that in order for that to happen, something has to be transformed. The way you approach things has to be transformed. The way you connect with this person has to be transformed. You cannot reach this as things currently are. So you know that circumstances need to change in order for you to reach this person on such a level. So, yeah, there's a lot of inner work and reflection that needs to happen. You need to change the way you connect and communicate with this person if you already know them. If this is a new person coming in after coming away from this relationship, yeah, you're going to have to think back over your previous circumstances, what went wrong in the past, what cycles are you seeing repeated, and you know, what you can do to ensure that you don't sabotage your own happiness, okay? Because I know that's something you're worried about with this Lovers here in your fears, okay? So that's what we're going to look at now. So what exactly are you afraid of regarding love? Okay. Okay, so you're afraid of the commitment at the same time, even though it's like, it's funny because I felt that, and I said this earlier, I don't know if you remember. But while you want commitment more than anything, you're also kind of terrified of it. That's what I'm seeing there. You're terrified of it because you're afraid of what can go wrong. Whether this person will always love you or not, whether they'll cheat on you, whether they'll lie to you, manipulate you, whether they'll just pack their bags and be gone one day. You know, you're thinking about all the possible scenarios that can play out if you decide to settle down and marry this person, have a relationship, like have children with this person or whatever. You're thinking about all the things that could go wrong. And you're afraid that this person, you've got the Queen of Cups as well in reverse. So again, that's water energy. It could very well be a Cancer that you're considering because of that Chariot as well. Or it could be another water sign, Pisces, Scorpio. Because we do have Death as well. So it could be a Scorpio, actually. But yeah, either way, it's like you're afraid that they're not going to embody this energy, that actually, you know, you're going to find out that where you thought they were emotionally available, they were not. They withdrew their love from you, okay? That's what you're afraid of. And you're afraid that this will never kickstart, okay? Maybe you tried to have a relationship with this person already and it didn't work. That's why they may be also appearing in your recent past. It could be that they are an ex from much further away and you're trying to take another shot at it. Or it could just simply be the fact that because of how your past relationships have gone, you're afraid that you can't make this new relationship happen, okay? You may have just met someone completely new, or there may be someone completely new coming in, and you're picking up on that and you're already terrified. Okay, so what about in regards to okay, hang on a second, sorry, I'm just getting a bit confused here. Because I think I have way more cards out than I planned to. Oh yes, we didn't do what was crowning you at this time. My apologies. No wonder I was getting confused. So, in regards to your what's crowning you this time, the Sun of Pentacles in reverse. What's in your power to affect, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Strength in reverse, Leo energy. So it could be a Leo even. And we got the Sun there as well, so double Leo cards. Could be a Leo, could be a Scorpio, could be Cancer. We got a lot going on here. Capricorn, Libra. Could be pretty much anyone at this point. But yeah, in general, you know, you're not moving forward because you're afraid. But you know that you need to make a decision, as I said. You're afraid that, you know, if you start taking the steps now, that somehow you're going to sabotage it, but I don't feel that's necessarily the case. It's just that obviously you do need to do the healing work first, okay? There's things that you need to address within yourself before you try and initiate a serious relationship. Because otherwise you're just going to be bringing all of your baggage into that relationship and it's going to cause problems. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've all got our issues, right? And it's not about being perfect or fixed, you know? It's about just, you know, if there's any toxic behaviors, attitudes, emotions, thoughts, you know, that you continually have, you need to address those first, you know? You need to find that kind of equilibrium first, because otherwise you're going to bring that into your relationship. Okay. Anything else regarding this? Yeah, and you need to stop juggling between whether or not you can and can't do this. You can do this. That's what you need to be aware of. You know, you're going back and forth in your mind thinking, oh, I should go for it. No, I shouldn't. Wait, I can do this. No, I can't. You know, you have to realize that you can do this. But like I said, you need to take the steps, right? First of all, you need to work on yourself. Second of all, you need to address this third-party situation if that applies. Or your previous heartache, you know. Third of all, you need to openly communicate with these people, okay? And show up, you know. Don't keep retreating. You need to show up and be consistently showing up, because if you retreat, it's not going to happen, okay? So, yeah, and you just got the the Page of Cups as well up here. Make the love offer. You've got nothing to lose, okay? Tell them how you feel. So, in regards to the outcome then, Justice here, Libra energy. Because we have that twice as well. Don't forget we have Libra in reverse, clarifying the Two of Swords there in the position of your advice. So it really is hanging in the balance. It all depends on where you go from here, to be honest, Aquarius. It all depends on you and how you approach this. So, let's have a look then. Clarify the justice in the outcome, please. Possible outcomes, depending, of course, on the actions that Aquarius chooses to take. Okay, we've got a few things come up here. So, okay, your energy, Aquarius. Queen of Swords in reverse. So, having to step outside of your comfort zone and actually communicate your true feelings on the matter. Ten of Swords in reverse, knowing that you cannot continue in this present energy because it's only adding to your suffering and prolonging, you know, this chapter. You know, so you can't progress. That feeling of stagnation that I told you about earlier, you can't move forward because you know, you're not removing yourself out of this energy and you're not dealing with things. You're just kind of hiding at the moment. and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You can have a new beginning with a new person, or with the person you wish to have it with. It's possible if you do as I said. Like, you know, I'm not saying do as you're told, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't address these things that I've mentioned and you don't approach it in the right way, then you're never going to have even a chance of making that happen, okay? I can't tell you obviously for certain what the other person is going to say or how they're going to react, but you put yourself in a much better place if you do the inner work and you are really objective with yourself and you approach this person in a different way with a new perspective, with your best foot forward, not with all your fears on display, okay? Because that's going to push them away. So that's what you need to be mindful of, okay? So, yeah, I hope that helped, Aquarius. God, I'm getting thirsty. I need to get another drink. But yeah, I mean, that's some really heavy energies there, like really intense, but not in a bad way. I did feel in the beginning there was a lot of heaviness, lethargy, some negativity, of course, just kind of defeated kind of energy. But towards the end, it felt much lighter. So I think you can really turn this around, but it all depends on you, okay? So if you have to watch this video 3 times, you know, for you to like really, you know, decide to take action in that way, to really feel like, yes, I get it, this is what I need to do, then do that, okay? Because honestly, the outcome is really going to depend on what you do from here, okay? The ball is in your court at this point. So I hope that helped. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, we'll pick this up maybe in your next reading. So I'll see you soon.